For the ground, I know I'm on man. I'm my 2020, whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged, dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Wrote inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundry mat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, Every day I wake up, I'ma send it.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is doing good and everyone is well. Happy Tuesday and welcome back. First London session of the new quarter. First London session of the month. And yeah, we're in quarter 2 now. Quarter 1 is over and yeah, let's see what goes on here. Let's see what goes on. So yesterday in New York session, we managed to do a little bit of business and we managed to get out of this range, which was nice. I mean, London session did absolutely nothing. It was bank holiday, so you expect that over bank holiday for price just to range. And that's indeed what it did over bank holiday here until New York came in, and very late New York. Yeah, just after NYSE open, this voluminous candle came in and then we just started dumping here, starting to fill some of that range towards the downside and finally break out of this range here. So let's go ahead and do the analysis here. Let's have a look at what we got going on here and, you know, have an overview of everything. So looking at news here, today's going to be Tuesday. We have not really much news here in terms of GBP here. We do have the CPI all day here for the euro. I don't know why they put that all day. They should just release the figures at some time. We have jolts for 6 p.m. on gold. All week you'll have news on gold here. And the reason you'll have news on gold here all week is because it's first week of the month. Also NFP, first week of the month, always NFP. Yeah, you'll have NFP on Friday, first Friday of every single month. So daylight saving times have shifted already. So for those who are like me, as you can see my clock up there says 9:30, we normally stream at 10:30. So yeah, you can see in chat someone saying today I started a bit early. It's not that I started early, it's that daylight saving times change, right? You can see here daylight saving time shift. You can see GBP. That means the clocks have changed for people in those countries. Of course, their times don't change because they do, but technically they don't. 8 a.m. is still 8 a.m., but they go an hour ahead or behind, depending on what where you live, right? So for me, it's not that I've started early, it's that the times have changed. So people have to get used to that. As we can see, a few less people on the stream as they probably don't know. That's why I tell you guys to turn on notifications, because then you will not need to calculate time and all of that stuff. You'll just know when I go live, I've done all of that work for you. So yeah, looking at today, time change, people change. Exactly. Yeah, so today pretty clean in terms of news here. Looking at the analysis, that's the next step we want to do here. We'll start off on the monthly time frame actually. As you know, we have not looked from the monthly time frame. So monthly, leaving a rejection wick, we've tapped finally a resistance, not finally, but we've tapped target basically. So we've reached target. If we were to look at this massive move from pre-Brexit highs, we completed it. Pretty crazy to say, you know, that we've finished this whole pre-Brexit highs here. I remember the time when I was trading GJ from down here at the 140s, the 135s even. I can remember GJ. You know, even the 132s, I can remember GJ down here. And damn, if I left a runner, I'd probably be, you know, I'd probably be done. I'll probably be done. If I left a runner, I would say, okay, fine, I'll take the rest of the year off. Imagine 5-lot runner from down here. That's just wishful thinking, but you know, why can't we have some wishful thinking? Yeah, I'm probably not going to measure that again. 5,000 pips is very, very nice, you know, but we tap target now. So it's 50-50 now. Obviously, for continuation, we need to continue above the highs. If not, we're going to just consolidate here for a little while. Try to form some structure before either breaking out towards the upside or completing that downside move and start to see some strength come in to where? Strength come into the yen, and we start to continue towards where? The downside. Looking at the weekly though, more relevant for our trading this week, we can see the weekly current candle has broken previous weekly candle lows. This could be potentially a bottom wick before you know, price tries to retest a little bit higher in the month, or we could just create resistance here, come back down to the 189s here, and eventually if we break that zone, we can look at the 188s as targets here. So breaking weekly low with the rejection wick, it's looking slightly more bearish. On top of that, resolution has been resolved towards the downside. As you can see, we broke that range towards the downside. Daily candle closing bearish here. So more things are lining up bearish. We've broken structure as well. We're back inside the range, creating lower highs. Again, more things are pointing down than up. Now, London session today is pretty tricky because we are currently kind of in like a pullback phase. So what I mean is that this London session, it's hard to exactly predict what's going to happen. It's not clear. We're in mixed bias because look at previous 4 hours closed bullish here with a liquidity grab towards the downside and a close above. But in saying that, it doesn't mean much if this is just going to be a pullback phase to roll over later and continue down. So I do think that if this ends up rolling over, you know, obviously we'll start to go down. But we could have for London session today a pullback phase where we're looking for buys in London session, but actually on the higher time frame, that's just setting up for pullbacks to continue down. So, you know, looking at that is obviously going to be something we'll have to navigate here. So if I bring back drawings, here and we start to mark up some stuff here, I want to mark this 4-hour support down here. I don't really think this 15-minute support's relevant. Gonna move this down to here. And text, gonna put this to 4-hour support. Intervention expectancy. I haven't checked Jixi. We can check Jixi. What's Jixi doing? Yeah, not the best, right? Sitting at those lows. It's, yeah, I mean, until we break the lows, that's where really interventions will come in. But this supports yen weakness. What about USD/JPY? Yeah, we're getting close, you know. Obviously, yeah, we're getting pretty close here. You know, if this thing starts to continue, if the yen weakness starts to continue from these levels, That's why I'm skeptical about those. You know, that plays in with analysis that even if we start to see price pop up here, that could end up rolling over. This 4-hour support here, I do think this could be like a retest zone. So we'll put this 4-hour support RTZ, and RTZ will stand for retest zone, just so I understand that it's not really because we've tested it, but it could be a zone where price wants to reject. We can see now price trying to start to create resistance here. That 4-hour support, I think there's a possibility, if this is a nice little liquidity grab up, if we really have this bearish pressure, possibly selling below the 4-hour support, which would also equate to this 15-minute support here. I think that could be an aggressive sell here today, down below these zones, and expect volume to push through this support down here. I don't think that's a support on 30. Yeah, it's not a support on 30. What about 1 hour? It's also not a support on 1 hour. So let's mark this here, make this a 1-hour support as well. So yeah, with mixed bias here, I think that's what would make sense for sells if something were to get below 284 here. It's not the easiest sells, I know that, but beginning of the month, I can take slightly bigger risks here as you have the whole month ahead of you. And if this does end up working out, it could be pretty nice to fill that wick eventually. So yeah, I mean, obviously with this momentum, this is why London session could be tricky here. Because if we wanted to start to break towards the upside, then, you know, I do expect that just to be kind of a retest move. It does make sense though, it does make sense. You probably would look for something closing above 430 now. Yeah, if you could get something closing above 430, would probably give you your buys. Watch level at 500 and then another watch level at 560. And basically you'd be closing by then. So that's basically the plan here on GJ. This is pretty choppy range. Pretty choppy range, but every time we've closed below here, it's been pretty clean. Would be very nice to see price react off the 4-hour support to show us that there's reaction, and then close below the 15. Kind of like this. That would be ideal. If we could see that happen there, that would be very ideal. If it hammers through this 4-hour support just like a big FU candle, we'll have to reanalyze from that time, and we'll have to see, okay, what can we do to find a way in if we're just hammering through here, because we don't want to sell into supports here. That's silly, right? Because as much as we probably don't want to hear it, we have to make the you know, also discuss the possibility of price just ending up doing this. Oops. Right? If price no momentum is today, we could end up doing this, and if you're selling down here, you're gonna lose that trade, which is why we want to try sell to here and see what happens. Otherwise the rest of the sells are gonna come below here, right? Instead of getting caught up selling at the bottom of the range, right? So yeah, don't sell the bottom of the range. Never usually a good idea, right? So let's have a look at gold here on the other hand. So gold yesterday recovered most of its dump down here. Gold has of course been on a tear here, sitting at basically all-time highs and making new highs, right? Yesterday we did retrace some of that move, but have picked that up quite nicely in Asian session has been delivering for all the Asian traders here. Yesterday Asian session very straightforward. Today Asian session also looking very straightforward here, with supports above and continuation. So that's nice for Asian traders. I'm asleep at that time, so I'm not trading that. But let's have a look at monthly candle here as well. So monthly candle here as well, obviously closing bullish. All I'm gonna say is that everything is pointing up. Everyone in chat is typing why you started stream early, why you started stream early, why you started stream early. So I'm just gonna quickly, before I continue analysis, write something here in chat. And it's worrying that a lot of people don't know this stuff. Right? Early bird gets the worm. Well, technically yes, but we adjusted our time because of daylight saving time shift. Okay, I'm gonna pin that message so people know. All right, so all I'm gonna say is everything looks pretty bullish on this, right? Monthly is bullish, weekly is bullish, daily is bullish. and 4 hours not though, because we created some sort of resistances here. So today can be very interesting if we start to leave 2065. Leaving 2065 here, we probably get breakout and we start to entertain 2070, and then we see what's up. Looking, you know, at obviously previous daily bullish, previous 4 hour bullish, so session is bullish, but we tap target. So again, Asian session basically ran it up to that 4 hour resistance, which we can just mark here like this, which is nice to see structure outside of the range. Remember, this is all-time high, so creating structure is actually important. It's important for continuation. If we see this 4 hour candle dump and close deep bearish here, I do think we can start to possibly revisit this 4 hour support, especially with news a little bit later. It's just jolts, that's the news that's coming out here, which is basically, you know, the job openings here. But it's going to be representative of the labor market. Strong labor market here is supportive for obviously the gold here having a strong labor market, because if the labor market is strong, then what we will see is it's actually quite a complicated one, because a strong labor market will equate to the possibility of reducing interest rates, which would send gold up. But if the number is extremely weak, right, then that will also send gold up, because you know, basically people will jump into a safe haven. So that is telling me that, you know, this could be a mixed type of news event where we see one direction followed by the other. That's normally what ends up happening. So I'm gonna mark this as my 4 hour support. And yeah, in terms of London session, Asian has made it quite tricky here, since we basically tapped target here. So for me, what would we be doing here at London? Obviously, if this 4 hour close is bearish here, we could, that's where your sells would make sense. If you're gonna sell early in London, probably want structure below. It's kind of like a breakout, so you'd want structure below here for sells. If you pull back here, start to create structure, you could try buy back to that high. These breakout buys, let's say to buy above here to fill the wick, they could be like your aggressive risky option. That would be, even if this candle does end up closing bullish here, to test the high is also a little bit tricky here, but still could be an option here, you know. What would you have here? You'd have 25 pips here. It's not that bad, to be honest, having 25 pips. Yeah, you're gonna fight a 30-minute candle. You're gonna fight a 30-minute candle, which is never easy. So you'd have to see probably some more type of structure here. More structure here would be a lot better. It would be a lot better for you, especially if you actually pulling back deeper here would be more beneficial to allow you to create that structure. Kind of like this. You see how this pulls back first, bullish candle fails, it comes down, and then you get this next big bullish candle that allows you to take your buys. That's the type of thing you want to see here, you know. So yeah, what is GJ doing? Yeah, so GJ tested the 4 hour support here, right? GJ tested the 4 hour support, so we're reacting off it right now. It needs to make a decision. Are you more interested in buys or sells for GJ? GJ is very, very tough here. I think both the sells and buys both have their advantages and disadvantages. I don't think one stands out more than the other. Possible setup 2 with bullish bias on gold. Yeah, it is possible setup 2 here, but that will be the 30-minute close. So it depends on how the 30-minute closes here, right? Because if the 30-minute ends up closing deep like this bearish, it's not probably the best trade to take. Because you'll be fighting this 30-minute candle. You'll also be fighting a 1 hour bearish candle, and on gold, fighting a bearish 1 hour candle in London is asking for asking for a slap, basically. Like, you really don't want to fight a 1 hour bearish candle. So then if the obviously high chance 1 hour candle does close bearish, you kind of want to be looking for above 22.57. So yeah, that's the analysis, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the analysis, right? Hope you guys enjoyed the analysis. And if you did, definitely leave a like. You guys know the drill, hate to say it. Harry, good morning. Thanks for accepting my request into the group. Yes, welcome, welcome. Anyone who is on the wait list on the group will be accepted first. And yeah, the group is open. So yeah, you guys know the drill. I'm late. Yeah, daylight saving time shifted. Smash that like button, family. Yeah, you guys know the drill. Hate to say it, but part of the game, right? Get to 200 likes and then I can be quiet. Hey Harry, good morning. Why is PipLab, you mean PipLabs, I'm guessing, glitching the last? It's because of the daily time frame. There is one error we're getting from Tradingview charts, and we're speaking with Tradingview, but it's only the daily time frame. If you use the 15-minute, 30-minute, 4-hour, they're all fine. It's just that daily time frame. We should have it fixed by end of the day. When we upgraded to our new update, there's just that daily time frame thing. So that's why it seems like it's probably glitching. And then at the same time, if it while we work on it, it temporarily goes down for like 15-20 minutes. So maybe when you're trying to load a simulation, our developer is doing something in the background. That's why I encourage people to join the Discord here for PipLabs, because we're putting announcements of when it goes down for 10-15 minutes, just so you know it's not your PC or something like that, right? I can send you that PipLabs link, actually. Invite link. Just so you can keep updated, that's what it's for. There you go. How to join? I put the link in the chat. But if you're experiencing anything else that you're not sure about, just feel free to message us, right? Like we expect, like maybe there might be, you know, we expect when we launch such a new update that is so big, we expect there to be small things that maybe we might have missed, or that you guys notice, or maybe don't like. Maybe you say, hey, I don't like the way that this button is made. Like, you can tell us that. That's the whole point of having a software platform that is owned by someone like us, is that we have total control over it. It's not like you guys have bought something and then are left in the dust. You know, that's not how it's going to, it's not how it is. We have total control, you know. Because we just need to put pressure. We need to put pressure on the new system. Is it okay to use different trading methods for different instruments, as I use your support resistance for GJ? For GJ, while gold I use trendline. I've heard your advice it's better to use one method. Yes, I mean, if you're not profitable and consistent, I would highly, you need to have like a base, right? You need to be able to understand how exactly to, you know, to trade using one method before you can start adding other methods. But it is totally fine. It is totally fine if you want to add trend lines onto it, because you know how to use them and it's not going to distract from your original method, right? Just make sure it's not taking away. How do I get access to the webbies once I've been uploaded? I sent email applying for Google Drive. Yeah, you just press that request button in resources, right? You go to the group, go to resources, and just press that request button, and then the team will verify you normally in a couple of hours or something. Just make sure to, if you're using a different email to request, to put your Discord name so they know who you are. It says unable to accept invite. Copy the link and paste it in your browser. The webinars are going to be good, but they're long. Remember, each webinar is like an hour. So the best place to start is not going to be the webinar. It's actually going to be in the exclusive content. So if you just joined the group, that's where you should be starting. This is a hack, basically, you know, because this is all taken from the webinars, and it has your introduction, navigating the group, what level trader. You can go step by step here. Find all of that content. How do you feel about prop firms? Yeah, obviously in the space, there's been a lot of prop firms that have gone down. Personally, we've had people in our group be affected by these prop firms. And, you know, they've voiced to me that it's really upset them and that they no longer want to continue trading because of that. And I think it's a huge shame to see people put so much effort in and prove to themselves they have the skill. But then, you know, one person lets them down in business, and they quit, you know. So it's unfortunate, and people who are actually trying to help people in the industry are getting hurt from it, right? Are getting hurt from it because, you know, they're affecting basically a very big majority of the industry from bad business practices. So I think it's due, though. It's due because they were running it, you know, on a fine thread. At some point, it was all gonna go wrong. If it continued. So sooner or later, this would have been the case. It's just unfortunate that traders have to suffer, but it will clean up the space. It will clean up the space and make people realize what we've been saying is that, you know, it is not, prop firms are not something you should rely on. You know, they're opportunities, they're not something for reliability. Right? You use them as opportunities, get some capital, make a personal account, and then you can leave them. And if it's ever taken away from you, don't be pissed, right? One question, Tradesharpe. When you do risky, aggressive trades, you put the same lot in the trade, or you do reduce lot? Well, it's different for me because I'm risking 2-3%. So if I'm risking 2-3%, then reduced risk for me is like a 1% trade. So it's still risking a normal percentage. It's just because my normal trades are risking a little bit higher. So this candle here open no top wick here. This is a 1 hour open here. So very unfortunate to see that open no top wick. I wonder if we have on our, at least our broker, a top wick would be ideal. Because at least then what we could do is we could look for entries relying on there being a top wick. All right, great. Good news is on my broker, I do have a wick here. That is the good news. So even though this 1 hour here doesn't have a top wick, I do have that on my broker. Looks like I might make one anyway, so now we're triple confirmed, right? A cold nipple? You tell us if they're riskier trades. Yeah, I always discuss my trades risk, which ones are riskier, which ones are just normal options. Because at the end of the day, if you're having a good month, there's no reason you can try more options, right? Because again, you still expect them to win more often than not, right? It's not like, oh, I'm going to try a 50-50, you know? You know what I mean? It's not like you're just going to try a 50-50. I've watched your YouTube videos from the start of your YouTube channel. Wait to November. Should I start to watch all your YouTube videos? No, you can leave YouTube videos and just watch exclusive content. It's going to be better than the YouTube. YouTube is very, very good. It has most of the information. The difference with the exclusive is it's just more in depth and more structured, right? It tells you from part 1 to, you know, you can see it's structured, and there's different sections, you know, like the basics, moving into the advanced, moving into just exclusive topics we talk about. Personally, I prefer GJ buys based on 4-hour time frame. Yeah, it's something I've discussed, that it does make sense today to take buys, but those buys, I'm treating those as a pullback buy. It's just 50-50 at the moment. That's why it's a tricky day. As much as it can go up here, you know, when you start to look at 4-hour, it can also start to move itself towards the downside here, break these wicks and continue. Now, in terms of trading zones, I prefer the buying trading zone. Much easier space to trade in. Buying above here will be a lot easier space in terms of trying to catch sells in here is really tough. Especially with this wick that is just made, is not a very useful wick here. It's kind of taken up that zone that we wanted to trade in. Harry, what will be pre-London time right now? Right now it's pre-London time. London Open is in 1 hour. Which I'm surprised that people don't notice this, and we have less viewers on stream. So be sure to educate people and tell people that 1 hour London starts earlier. You know, help people out who maybe don't know. Market structure seems more bullish. 2 on 1 hour, lots of rejection from the downside. Yes, I agree. Now that this wick came and rejected, makes it extremely tough for selling, to be honest. Help a brother out. Yeah, no one knows. What broker using? IC. Are you looking for buys on GJ? If we could get above 194.26, yeah. Set up 2 buys inside of the range. Oof. We're not full bullish bias, so that makes it tough, especially with this 1 hour lurking. Hey bro, this month I'm gonna use fixed lot size 5 on GJ, 2 on gold. Just be careful with funded account and using that. They don't like that. They don't like that. Did you stop with funded? I never had a funded, always personal. So yeah, Tony, just be careful with that, because they don't like fixed. Why don't they like it? It's due to consistency. Claudio can elaborate on that. They don't like you using fixed lots. They want you to use a percentage-based risk. Because let's say you use 5 lot on GJ and you run 30 pip stop, even FTMO. okay, depends on SL. I asked you last time, you said they don't like, because let's say you run 25 pip stop. Yeah, see, look, Tony's risking 2.2%. You said that they don't like that, right, Claudio? Yeah. Like, I'm not sure, but Claudio's taken the account, so I'm gonna take his word. Look at this guy with caps. If you've never had a prop firm account, how can you sit here and tell us that they don't like that? Because guess what, my friend? In our group, we have multiple people who have passed challenges successfully. And I can prove that because they're not some BS, because they're in my group and I can verify that. You want to see? FTMO passed. We've had this pass as well. Unfortunately, they closed down. Very devastating. Apex. We've had multiple different accounts being passed here. Okay, these are just withdrawals and stuff. So that's how we can sit here and say that. And I literally said, I'm not sure. I have not taken an account. I am warning him because the last thing I want him to say is that I passed an account and they told me this, right? That sucks. Here's another account passed. 200K account passed, right? So that's why we're just telling you based on experience, guys. We're not trying to put you down. So that's not true. I was trading on funded necks and kept my lot size the same and received payouts. Yeah, but that's based on your stop loss. You probably weren't risking 3% or something. No, don't need to see passing. Getting payouts are two different things. Well, actually, the people who are getting paid out in our group are the people on live accounts. You have to realize these guys in my group, like, literally just started trading. You know? Like, here's, you want to see payouts? You can see payouts from here. Right? And that's because of their work, right? I'm only guiding. It's not like I did everything for them. And that's how it should be. So just get things straight on how it should trade in. Yeah, 100%. This is Photoshop and everyone would buy the account. Well, then they're just wasting money in my group, man. They're wasting money in my group if they're photoshopping and posting that they passed an account challenge in my group. That's a real waste of money, man. That's on them. I don't lose anything for this, right? That's definitely on them. And I know it's not fake because I can read this. I've seen their journey. What a ride. Pass phase 1 in 12 days. Second took me 49 trading days. I know funded accounts have a lot of ambig around them, and that's why my own account, I have my own account as well. This was more a personal challenge. Like, you don't type that for wasting time, you know? Like, they're just wasting time. Like, a lot of people are, they're not just posting, I passed my challenge. And if it is Photoshop, then they're wasting time. So, yeah, that's on them, right? It's not on me. Doesn't affect me. If it's so unbelievable that you think it's Photoshop, that's a limiting belief that you might want to change before advancing in trading. Yeah, bro, but they try to pick at anything, right? Show the payout certificates. I showed you guys the payouts from the people. And a lot of people in our group like to be private, and that's okay. You have to remember these guys have been trading for 3 months, right? And they're passing accounts. 3 months, some 6 months. Like, that's nuts. In 3 months, I was losing money. 6 months, I was still losing money. 8 months, I was still losing money. You know? Would you say your exclusive has a high ROI? Yeah, and we've done this before. I've asked people in the group if they believe it has a high ROI. All I would say is that I can 100% guarantee that it has one of the highest ROI for what you get. Right? I pay more money to get my thumbnails done than I do charge people in the group. Really. I've been learning for 6 months. What do you think? When will I make money? Well, I don't know where you are right now. If you're at the break-even stage, you're pretty close, man. If you're not at the break-even stage, then no. 195, 15 minute. Yeah, that was not. That's a 1. That says 1S. Just small writing. It doesn't say. Props goes out to your editor. Last video looked clean AF. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I'm in a Discord and it's one of the real and transparent. I appreciate you. Glad you like it. Hey, on your broker, it's not my broker. I don't own IC Markets. If I owned IC Markets, then I would be on my yacht. But can you choose standard account or row spreads? For scalping, I think row spread is gonna be good. Said gold setup 2 pushed pretty good. You just watched, yeah. I mean, it's very sexy with no top wick. Yeah, it's definitely tempting. Definitely. This might be a problem. Let's see what 5 looks like. Yeah, that's what I think would be a problem. See if I'm right today or wrong today. If this was happening somewhere down here, I would be super happy to take it. You know? But up here, so high in the range, right next to resistance, it feels iffy. Maybe we can see if we get more confirmation or something. I always lose my gains when I try to increase lots. Any advice on increasing lot size? You will, because when you increase your lot size, you are going to be risking more than what you made. So you have to just stick with it. If you know you're profitable long term, it will just be something. Psychology will play a big role, and if it's affecting your psychology, you're probably not ready. Make a smaller increase, right? Make more frequent smaller increases. For me, I've come to a stage where I can increase my lot size, quite drastically, and I do it, because once you get to a bigger lot size, like 10 lot or something, then you don't really have to force yourself too much to increase lot size because it pays pretty well already. But if you're sitting on like a 0.5 lot, and you're uncomfortable to go to a 1 lot, then what you have to start doing is probably or even 0.25 lot to 0.5 lot. If that's an uncomfortable jump, let's say 0.5 lot to 1 lot is an uncomfortable jump, then what you have to start doing is probably go from a 0.5 to a 0.6, and next month go to 0.7, next month go to 0.8, etc. Hi, when you're trading 100 lots, want to see you there. Damn. When I can hold bigger balls. Need to grab my balls. That's what I have to do to put 100 lots. That's nuts. $1,000 per pip. 14K per trade average. Yo. Give me a sec, guys. I'll be back. I don't even think the range is that worth it though on gold. 30 pip stop for 14 pip target. You really needed to push through. GJ is trying this setup too here. This would be your watch zone in that setup too. Basically where we just tapped. How big was that range? 6 pips. The problem is it's so hard to move to break even. And you're tapping into that 1 hour resistance as well. So yeah. Oh, good morning. Our stream started 1 hour earlier. Yes, it did. Daylight saving time shift. I'd rather get a nice close above the range for buys on GJ. Yeah, I think so. For 6 pips, yeah. I think buying in here is risky because of that 1 hour sitting here, the another 1 hour here. When you clear here, there's nothing really until this 500. The Bank of Japan is already spying on him. Don't know about that. Facts, right? Why IC? What's good about IC? I've just used them for a long time, man. They're a very big company. Nothing really particular, man. Stick to a percentage mindset. Yeah, I agree with that, man. That's a good thing. Would you prefer F2Mo swing account 1 to 30 or standard no news? I'd prefer standard no news. But 1 to 30 on a 100k account is enough leverage. It's 3 million. You could pop a 30 lot with a 10 pip stop here. You have plenty of leverage 1 to 30. So choose any. I have a $50 account and I'm using 0.05. Do you think that's fine? Yeah, for practice, man, $50 account can be considered like a practice account. You know? Why swing is way better? You don't need more than 30 leverage? Yeah, I agree. But I don't really know what's the difference is. Just news and ones with news, ones no news. Just news and overnight weekend holding is allowed? Yeah, then I think swing is better. All the days and everything are the same? Not days, but you get what I mean. Everything else the same? Yeah, then swing is better. You don't need more than 1 to 30 leverage. It's the London Open 38 minutes later. It should be 38 minutes earlier, but it does open in 38 minutes from now, if that's what you're asking. Yes. Why did you not stream yesterday? Because it was bank holiday. It was bank holiday yesterday, and I don't trade the GBP during a GBP bank holiday. And you look, if we sat on stream yesterday, we would have watched paint dry. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. There was nothing to do. Like today, I'm gonna have way higher chances to take a trade. You know? Looking at gold price here, it looks like I was right. Yeah, I was. That level did become issues. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to just jump into that. at this 5 level here. This is typical what it does in London, put you in drawdown. And remember this stop loss here was massive. Not massive, but for London session, 30 pip stop for like a 16 pip move. And the problem is London will only give you that 16 pip move. So you really want to have some type of tighter stops. Hey Harry, can Euro news affect GBP? There's a lot of news for the Euro. Yes, it can, it can. I'm not seeing that Euro news. I want to see, let's see if Financial Juice is showing. Oh yeah, we do have times on Financial Juice, which is great. Let me just refresh to make sure I have the latest. Okay. French PMI 1155. Yeah, this is after London Open. This is all after London Open. This is where setup 2 would have messed up a lot of people on GJ. Lower probability setup, right? Yeah, and also remember, it's not that it's lower probability, but it's situation based. We're mixed bias and we tap that 1 hour resistance. So it's just a reaction of the 1 hour resistance. And then it becomes 50-50. So your point is, let's say you had 6-7 pips to that 1 hour resistance. Take it, right? Take it and see if it's, you know, you can get to break even and see what happens. But 2 pips here, you know, with spread and everything, probably not going to do much, right? I'm experimenting with something. Trade copier from demo to FTMO or from demo to live. Demo capital 10k, so I'm never looking at the live account. I only see P&L numbers on 10k. Much better psychology. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You can try that. Hey, oh yeah, I answered that. Hey mate, what's the best pair to trade during Asian session? You know, GJ is not bad during Asian session. Just anything with like AUD, NZD, JPY. Those pairs. Pairs with NZD, AUD, and JPY. Can I grow a $20 account to a $100 account? Yeah, I definitely do think it's possible for sure. But, you know, it's not going to be something that's long-term going to be useful for you. It will more be of a project for yourself. But $20 to $100 is nothing crazy. You will have to risk higher amounts, so you might lose the whole account. GJ, majority of the time in Asian is just watching paint dry. That is the majority of the time in all markets during Asian. Asian market is just normally like that. EJ longs look decent. Yeah, I haven't looked at EJ today. It would be similar to GJ. Yeah, it looks the same. I think it's pretty much the same as GJ. This is slightly more bearish than GJ because we're a little bit lower in the range. We're looking like we want to try break out the bottom of the range. I started with $20 account and I only take your trades in stream and I'm at $80 at the moment. There you go, amazing. Best advice is to only risk less than 5% and you'll not blow accounts. Even 5% is pretty high, man. I've been learning for 6 months. When do you think I'll make money? When I said, right? It depends on what level you are at currently. Not gonna make money if you're still very unprofitable after 6 months. You need to be at like a break-even stage. You can't swim outside water. That's true. I learned a trick when I'm not going to gym. I tell myself I'm listening to my body. Can we change subject? Yep, you can go today. What's the time frame? This is a 15-minute time frame. You can see the time frames up there. We're not far off. We're not far off. What's the time? 30 minute? How did 30 minute close here? 30 minute close bullish here. If we could close above here, you know, it looks alright here. It looks alright. 5 minute also creating structure here. I can guarantee once the setup 5 happens, JPY intervention comes. I really hope it doesn't, man. I really, really hope it doesn't. What confluences you take on a trade? It's more of an analysis-based trading style. So not confluence-based trading style, analysis-based trading style where we analyze from higher time frame down and then take trades based on closures. Right, closures and stuff like that. Hey guys, make sure to leave a like if you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, I would appreciate that. How much of us? 531, not bad for first day of daylight saving times. I think people are adjusting to the time zone and they'll soon find out about the time zone. So yeah, if you are enjoying the stream, you know, leave a like. Get to 200 likes. Goal is to get the stream to 1,000 viewers. We are also almost at 50k subs. So this, remember I said that we would do a giveaway. So we will do, right? We would do a big giveaway. Once we hit 50k, we'll just combine it. We'll just combine it. I checked your journal on Discord, and for October, were you profitable in NY session? Yes, October was interventions. We had all interventions on the JPY. So London session was tough, and we had to use NY session to our advantage. I think I made 4% that month. I do remember that. Drove the patrol recently, Harry. I'm currently doing head gasket on mine. Oh, nice. Send me a video. Send me a video of yours. Can you show us how to do the daily bias? Yeah, of course, daily bias is on my YouTube channel here. Just check out the YouTube channel and you'll find videos about bias in... If you scroll down a little bit here to find bias video, you'll see it here. This is mixed session bias. You want just session bias. Session bias is important. That will tell you daily bias. I could make a separate video calling it how to identify daily bias. Make sure to check out the most recent video here. This is a good video here. How to put your take profit levels. Like what's, okay, we know we can hit a 1-to-1. We know to target next zone, but how do you hold after that, right? How do you hold even longer? What's the time of the session in UTC? 8 a.m. I think, no, not 8 a.m. I don't know. Wait. 7 a.m.? I don't know. GMT 8 a.m. Thank you for the live stream. Appreciate you. Glad you like it. Make a more detailed video on mixed session. Mixed sessions is also drastically comes from your analysis as well, right? The video I made on YouTube explain exactly what the fundamentals are from mixed session. But remember, mixed sessions also come from you analyzing, you looking at what the hell the charts are doing. Hey Harry, when are we getting another day in the life video? I think we're gonna do it with 50k. We'll do a special video, like a 50k day in the life special. Something like that. What's the different concepts we will get to learn in your exclusive group other than the concepts you've already taught on YouTube? You get to learn the concepts a little bit more in depth. The main advantage of the group is that once you learn those concepts that we discuss, you come and ask me questions based on it. You practice with me, you have a Zoom call, like we're on Zoom right now. Stream will end, Zoom will continue, they will ask me questions if they have questions. During the week, they'll ask, it's about application of the concepts. Learning concepts is fine, but applying those concepts is where you're gonna make your money and where you're actually gonna become profitable in trading. For 50k, surely you do a week-long day in the life? No, we just do it one day. Do we need to pay tax for Forex trading? In Dubai, no, but maybe where you live, I would say the rest of the countries do pay tax. Well, most of them. Low-key just want to see more gym content? Yeah, I'll post more gym content. We need to do that. Here's that gold rejection from that zone, right? This is why we didn't want to just hop in, you know, into buys right there, top of the range. Living in Dubai worth it? Yeah, for me, totally. I love the city. Just join. What's the bias for today? Today's a mixed bias, actually. Can you please look at Euro USD? We can have a quick look, see what Euro USD doing. Yeah, that's a big dump yesterday with the USD news. Daily's working on trying to reach this daily support here. That's your next level. 4 hour, just tap this support here. Need to get back below it to entertain targets down to 7157. Yeah, it looks bearish today for sure. Definitely more bearish than bullish here. Probably looking for continuation below these lows. What do we have here? Yeah, you have a big fat support here that you need to worry about. So you probably need to get below that support. What do you prefer between both BMW M3, probably the competition, or Range Rover SVR? Damn. See, the SVR is like baller gangster shit. It's pretty nice, comfortable car. The M3 competition is nice car, but it's more of a fun car, right? You buy it more to have a little bit of fun. But it doesn't like, I don't like the image it has online, I guess, or perceived image. I don't know, chat, what do you guys think between both? You banned me from voting? Yeah, I know your vote. Your vote is very easy, brother. Were you born in Dubai? Yes. M3. The SVR is like a Boeing 747. Yeah. BMW for lucky kids. Range for old money. Patrolled LS swapped. See, that's the thing. The BMW is fun. Right? The BMW is fun, but the SVR is like a little bit more classy and, you know, I don't know. No trade till the end, right? Yes. We need to get out of this range, please. Hey, what do you think about CBAM advertising to go to almost failure for all sets? I think you should go to failure for all sets. Is the crime rate high in Dubai? No, super low. Super, I think one of the lowest in the world. Failure in terms of reps or strength? Mechanical failure, I think, is the best if you know what mechanical failure is. Like, go to failure, but don't, you know, let's say you're doing a... let's think of an exercise here that's really obvious. Really obvious. Yeah, let's say something like a row, okay? Chest press, no, you can still, but let's say a row, that's more complicated. If you're doing a row and you're doing, you know, you're keeping your back straight like this and you're rowing, and then you get tired and you start jerking up and down and moving back and forth just to get, you know, some of the reps, that I think that, you know, is just useless. The best thing is to focus on trying to increase weight every single week in your lifts. That should be your goal. Get more reps, set yourself a rep range, and try to each week get more reps or lift heavier. That's how you know if you're growing. SVR any day, anytime. You're too young for SVR. Bro, like the M3 is, I think, just more of a fun car. Both are nice, both. I'm stuck in the gym. What advice could you give me that you are very strong? Eat more, bro. I'm sorry, but I mean, if you're not fat now, you need to eat more. If you're fat, you know, need to just reduce some weight first. And you can get strong while reducing weight. So remember that. But you need to eat clean and eat more, right? Goddamn, looks like another barcode day. Yeah, it would be a little bit unfortunate. I don't know why London session doing us dirty. I mean, this is technically like a Monday. This is the first day of the week. Right? This is the first day of the week for London session because London banks were closed yesterday. So they were not open yesterday. So this is typically like, you know, like the first day. But that's reacted nicely. Maybe we can just, you know, move out of here. Progressive overloads with high reps and higher weights. Yeah, have different rep ranges. Do 2 sets. One set, you know, 6 to 9. Do a second set with like 12 to 15 or 10 to 15. Then you cover, you know, both. GJ been ranging a lot recently? It has actually. It has. It's been a little bit tricky for sure. You know, especially as we came in towards the end of the month here. I mean, this range messed us up. Remember, we took those sells. I mean, that's the only mistake not mistake actually. That was perfect. It's just we got unlucky with that. That's the only thing that happened in this range. This one right here. Damn. Shit melted. Even gold is ranging. Like if you were to watch gold right now, you would say the same thing. It's just we're watching GJ. Like you'd say, oh, gold is ranging. It's not like gold is moving as well. Everything is just ranging. Thoughts on GU, Harry? Looking for breaks towards the upside on GU? Yeah, where's my boys in the group with their GU plans? We need to see. See what they're doing on DAX. What's bias today on DAX? Bearish bias? Buys above DAX. We have 5-minute structure as well. Yeah, 5-minute structure is nice when you get 5-minute structure. Looking for buys towards the upside on this. Yeah, it looks bearish, more bearish here than bullish, of course, with 4 hours closing bearish, daily closing bearish. We are sitting at support, so I guess those buys above here will make sense if we can get as a counter trend type trade, you know. We are used to gold ranging in London. Yeah, we are used to it. Is London session not good to trade gold? It's very hard to trade gold in London session. It's just inconsistency of volume during London session makes it hard. But if it's trending very heavy, then sometimes London session can have good options. You've seen us trade gold in London. It's pushed 10 pips. We didn't take profit at 10 pips. It comes back in down to entry. So it's kind of like you have to just, you know, go with that negative risk to reward to make something out of it most of the time. But there will be times where you get absolute bangers, you know. Trade GJ during NY session, the same thing? Yeah, it's exactly the same. Most of the time when we're trading GJ during NY, we're trying to continue a move that did not give us an entry in London, or we're trying to continue a move that never happened in London. That's what you're doing in NY. So it's just following that whole thing. GJ kind of choppy waiting for London Open. Yeah, we need to either break down here or break up. Right where it is right now is not a good spot. That's not a spot you can do much. Same with gold, right? Where gold is right now, not really a good spot. This thing needs to break up, break down, need to do something here. Because right where we are is super close to resistance here. Like 6-7 pips, which is not much on gold, right? Harry, this is a weird and random question, but do they have good Mexican food in Dubai? It's not the most popular thing here. You know, there's not like a load of Mexican restaurants here. I'm sure there's like 1 or 2 good restaurants, but definitely nothing compared to America, you know? In EuroJPY, there's a news candle and not LTA, right? Which one? This one here? No, this is not a news candle. This was yesterday when we just dumped. If GJ breaks up, what would be TP? First level to watch is going to be 500, and I think probably a good TP would be about 566. But it looks like it's more bearish here than bullish at the moment. Maybe it wants to close below this support to continue down in 6 minutes or so. I really don't like trading inside of this range, but it might be the only shot I have for today and might have to take it. I can reduce risk, but I just don't see any other option. And if I wait for price to dump all the way down to the bottom of the range, it's too late. So you have no choice. You have to take that risk, even though it's lower probability with all of this rejection bullshit. Or you just leave it. You just leave it. That's another option I can make today as well, just to leave it. But I don't need to do that approach beginning of month because I'm not too worried for the whole month. Yo bro, is the group open? How many slots are there left? Yes, the group is open. We'll have 15 total spots. Like I said, I would open it beginning of the month. You guys know the drill. So if you've wanted to get in, it is open now. You can see, you can just join directly from the website, see the video to see what you get. You guys know it. I repeat myself like a, what is it called? Repeater box, whatever it's called. But here's the link if you want to have a look. But yeah, 15 spots will open and that'll be fine. Since there was people on the wait list, I think 15 spots will be plenty. And it's definitely manageable for me, 15 spots. Very, very manageable. I know everyone who will come in and go out. But last month was not bad for a lot of members in our group. A lot of achievements were made last month. I think we had like 4 accounts passed last month. A lot of consistency from members, a lot of achievements. So I'm pretty happy. 15 spots FOMO. No, you can ask the guys in my group. I do accept 15 spots. It's not a FOMO thing. It's just because, and I'm telling you, it's not because I can't handle it or I want to, hold people not coming in the group to make it seem hyped. It's not because of hype. It's literally because I want people who join the group for me to know who they are. Like, I just don't want random people joining during the month, and let's say they join tomorrow and I don't know who they are. So if I make sure either I put them on wait list that I have to accept them and I see who they are, or there's a time during the month like now where I open the group and I can see who comes in, see what level they are, answer their questions. Otherwise you have mid-month like 5-6 people coming in, lost, don't know what to do. Whereas here I can address everyone. That's the reason behind it. It's nothing complicated. Or they join via surprise. Exactly. VIP access. And if someone says it's for money that I choose 15 spots, it's not, because I risk more per trade. So a month worth of work pays me less than what I make in a trade. So it's relative. Now, don't get me wrong. I charge for my time and I'm respectful of that, you know, but that's how it works. I sent hi, I'm Blackstar. Okay, I'll check your DM a little bit later, brother. Don't worry. I don't get time to trade an NY session, so it'll be okay just to trade London session, double my risk on every trade. No need even to double your risk on every trade. I would say 80% of my trades are taken during London session here. You know, like there's plenty of trades. I doubt there's a trade today. I don't know. We will have to see. I never say never. You know, a lot of things can happen in 10 minutes, right? 1 hour closing bearish like this in the 5 minute could make sense. Let's have a look. It's for GJ, I'm guessing. Yeah, man, that's what I'm looking for as well. I agree with this. This would be nice. This would be ideal, right? With the 1 hour as well. This would be ideal. But it's being bullshit right now and rejecting and coming back up, which is... damn. Really making a range. Hopefully in 1 minute can do some business, flip and close below. Then we're in business. Give me a sec, guys. I'll be back before London Open. Yeah, I'm a beginner. When will NY start? I don't know what time it is in your time zone here. But just go and type Forex session times and you can see. All right, London Open here. This candle here pushing up. 1 hour did close bullish here. Yeah, we could have a close above here. We could have a close above here. Some nice volume on London Open. So we take note of that London Open gave good volume. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. Just tap the top of the range. We'll see what happens here. We might have to use 5 minute if we could get a thunderstorm in the next 10 minutes here. You know, 5 minute close above, next one form a thunderstorm. We could try that as well. In your opinion, how much should be the percentage increase in your possessions each month? Possessions such as what? Luxury items, assets. Because possession just means things you own. Primary assets, well, it's hard. Like for me, all of my money is allocated into property because it's very expensive. I don't believe in diversification too much. You have to first fill one cup before you can start diversifying and overflowing into other cups. You know, but if you don't even have you need to have a significant, a lot of time I spent was just saving. And that's good. Like save and then allocate. You don't need to every month be putting money somewhere. Can you buy property in Dubai? Yes, it's a very big thing here. Alright, trying to break out here right now. 5 minute will close in 2 minutes. So we at least need to see a 5 minute close above, and then we need to see like a thunderstorm just to give us stop loss placement and to allow us not to use the 30 minute. Not 30 minutes, sorry, the 15. Otherwise, if it just rips on next 5 minutes, it's very hard. It's very hard unless you're just taking a pure breakout trade and you run 17 pip stop, which isn't that crazy to be honest. I've done crazier. Miss your bud. Thank you, thank you. You're going to use 3%? Yeah, my default's like it ends up being 2.2 or something. I use mostly fixed lots, so. What is thunderstorm? It's basically like a close above and then like a 5 minute creates some sort of structure. How many lots you trade? I would say on average like a 10 lot. 10 lot, 8 lot, 10 lot. That's probably average. You're going half risk, depends on what the setup is. 5 minute, half risk for me is 1%, so it would just be 1% risk. If we get the 50 minute close above, then I would just take it as a normal trade because that's a normal setup. Is this an aggressive trade? On the 5 minute, yes, it would be considered aggressive because you're using the 5 minute to get in. Do you choose lot size based on your SL? Exactly. Bigger the SL, the smaller the lot size you have to use. The rejection, yeah, that's why we want to wait for closures, right? Waiting for closures is a lot better. So 5 minute didn't close above, so we need a 5 minute at least closing above here. I do like that how we grab liquidity first before anything getting above here, so this will give us good confirmation if we were to close above here. $500 is a very tricky zone here. 500, lot of rejection coming just a little bit above 500, like 505, but lot of BS coming from 505. Rejection, 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 rejection. So that would be a major watch. How long it take you to make consistent profit? That took me around a year and a half. Wouldn't break of high be enough for buyers? It would be break of resistance if it's an LTA. Yeah, but we have no close. You saw the rejection that happened. If it broke the high and that same rejection comes, how can you? What probabilities do you have? Because you don't have the close now, so you're stuck without probabilities. That's the only reason we wait for closes, is because we want probabilities if the other thing happens, which, let's say, we start rejecting in this scenario. Because if we reject after a close, then we're relying on the probability of the close to continue the trade. Also very weak 1 hour close. It's not the strongest, but it definitely is bullish, right? It would count. I mean, you have to realize the rejection wicket left, so that does give it some merit. But no, it's not above anything, you know? It didn't close above anything. I plan to start my trading account with $5,000. Does buying a 5K account for 60 USD make sense? So you get used to the psychological aspect? But you know, you could always start with like a 1,000 and then add more money once you feel more comfortable, which will build your psychology, right? Instead of going all in on 5,000. Because you could easily make $60 from $1,000 account. Right, 5-minute candle closing here. Looks like we're gonna get a second 5-minute candle closing below. We'll see in 47 seconds. I would prefer if it closed below because it'll make it easier for the next 5 minutes. Alright, 5 minute is closing. Damn. What is that? Sheesh. Where did that volume come from? Okay, there's no way you could have entered that. Even if you wanted to buy break of these highs, there's no way you could have entered that. I'm sure that gapped in my broker. No, it didn't. No way you could enter that. That sucks, man. This is a big 15-minute candle now. Damn, was waiting for that break of high. Yeah, even if you had to be so ready to get it. I was looking, I was like, okay, 5-minute close here. Looks a nice strong close above. Let's go break of high. That was going to be my plan here on this 5-minute close, but I couldn't even, before I could speak. Magic candle. Yeah, definitely not magic for us, but 5 minute no bottom wick? No, 5 minute just popped up 6 pips immediately. You literally had to time this so perfectly that you had a buy stop here right before this candle close. Like you put this 5 seconds, you know. Yeah, let's see if we can get a thunderstorm now on this 15 close. If this 15 can close and we get some sort of thunderstorm, should be all right. I would think so. Can't just buy this like this ripping. Sheesh. See if we can get 5 thunderstorm. Just 5 thunderstorm, we can look to scalp this. Where's your stop going to be on the last one? Well, it's too hard to enter now because this is just absolutely ripped. So what I would love to see is like a 5 minute thunderstorm form, and then I can scalp it with stops below the 5 minute thunderstorm and get like a 1-to-1, 6, 7, 8 pip move, but stops will be below just that 5 minute thunderstorm. Bank of Japan in chat, don't reveal the plan. Okay, I'll keep quiet. I'll keep quiet. In my experience, to base a buy stop and not miss the breakout, yeah, but then you get triggered and the price reverses like this, right? What about this breakout here? Why didn't you take this breakout? This would have failed, gone straight to stop loss, taken you out at stop loss, and then gone in profit. You see? Because if you took a buy here, break of these highs, you would have gone into 3 pip profit. Stops would have been below the range, safe stops. Would have taken your stop loss out here, and now it would have pushed you in 9, you know, you would have been in profit. Would you take a setup 3 as a counter trend retrace? I mean, yeah, to get back up to this area for sure. Setup 3 here would be ideal. Watch it open push again. Okay, it didn't. I thought it was gonna open push. Wick fill valid? How many pips is it? We have to measure. Remember, it's not the biggest. If it's only like 1 or 2 pips, is 2 pips, bro. 2 pip wick fill is not the most fun thing, especially with no 5 minute structure. Because it's not like we can move to break even, you know. Look bigger, to be fair. Yeah, it does look bigger. Remember, this whole move here, this breakout has only been 8 pips from the break of the high. Look, 6 pips. Sorry, we only would have been 6 pips up. Like that's your wick fill, kind of like you want to be cautious, break even. You know what I mean? At least 5 pips would be okay. No top wick also. If it goes for a big bottom wick, flip. Yes, that would be nice. If it made that massive bottom wick first, I would just rely on momentum to do the business. Let it create 5-minute structure like this and then close above 500, and we should have a little trade towards the upside. Gold is still ranging here. Gold's still ranging. I think there's more opportunity in GJ. $11 pips. You got in your sells 11 pips. Yeah, good you closed your sells. Would have been hit stop loss. Well managed. BE on that. Yeah. No, it's well managed, well managed. There's no point of losing that afterwards. My bias was very bearish on GJ. I can see why. But we were speaking how London can be a retracement for New York to continue down, right? Still very possible here. I entered at 450. Should I make it a break-even trade? It's up to you. Depends on how you want to manage risk here. Technically, the trade is only going to be somewhat invalid once it starts to break back in the range. So you could even manage the trade. It's really up to you how much you trust the move. How you've been doing last month, you know, what's your overall situation. What's spread on IC right now? I can check for you. Give me a second. Let me see. It is, damn, 0.2, 0.3. That's really good. Damn. Bank holiday finished, and now they offer us best spreads I've seen in years. Break of 30 high for 11 pips. Let's see. This one here. IC has really improved GJ spreads. I'm not sure too long ago 1.52 pips. No, I never had 2 pips myself on IC. I would have around maybe 1, 1.1, 0.8, 1.1. Is spread of 1.8 good? Right now, no. You know, I think especially if it's going higher than that, definitely not good. Did you trade on fundamentals? Yeah, fundamentals play a part in my analysis, not my trades. Morning, can't get used to this hour forward differences. Wish they didn't do that. Yeah, everyone hates it. It was created long time ago for the farmers, but the reason that they say that they still continue it is because of old, you know, programs being coded, you know, to adjust for that, so they'd have to be reprogrammed. Forming thunder, yeah, this is a deep close. Thunder would be a smaller wick, so now we have a resistance. 5 closing above will allow us to get to the next, you know, 5 closing above 500. You know the drill. 500 acts as resistance. 5 closing above 500 gives you the option to retest this rejection zone here and potentially continue. If it fails here, then that's it, break even trade. Yo, Harry, can you guide us when to expect intervention on GJ? Pretty soon, guys. Pretty soon. We have to be careful here. We have to be careful. We're in danger territory. Danger zone. Can you repeat? You want 5-minute close? Yeah, that would be preferred. 5-minute close here. Above. Stop below 5-minute structure. On this scenario, yes, I would do that. This is why I didn't take that wick fill. It's not big enough of a wick fill, you know. 1.5, 1.8 pips, not big enough. Even though spread is low, it's still not big enough. You think this is going to be a riskier trade or a normal setup? Any 5-minute trade is going to be riskier. Any trade that we take on 5 is always riskier than 15 because it's you know, it's less confirmation. Hey Harry, Simon here, fishing a Spanish mackerel in Exmouth, WA. My daughter just crossed 5k in profit since starting with you in January 24. Thanks, buddy. Back in the fall. Nice to hear from you, man. And yeah, good you're enjoying your break. You're welcome back anytime, and happy to hear that your daughter crossed 5k. That's great. That's super good. Congrats. Maybe setup 3 will be the play? Yeah, possibly here, possibly. Seems to be replicating GU. GU looking good. Oh yeah. That's more of a breakout on GU, huh? This 30-minute closes in 5 minutes here. It's going to be a very important close here that will give us a lot of information, right? Closes above or below. Oops. What do you think about smart money concepts? It's just another way to trade. I think a lot of people try to overcomplicate it. I think overcomplicating it is not the way to do it. From my experience, keeping things simple, a lot better. But you can see why waiting for closes, waiting for setups is good, right? This is not the situation we want to be in right now, caught up with all this rejection. Gold is still ranging here. Gold needs to leave 22,257. Yeah, 22,577 here. That would be better for your buys. Not in here. This is like the same range. It's been here for ages. Since London. Can even remove this line. Useless. Just ranging. That's what I was talking about, that, you know, this 500 level is no joke, right? Look at the reaction from that. If we even got in on this 5 minute here, we'd probably be on a break-even trade here. We'd probably be in on a break-even trade, right? Because this is not enough to close any profits. 6 pips here. 6 pips peak, you know. Peak is 6 pips. Plus stops, I would have ran, you know, 16 pips here or whatever. 14 pips. So I need at least 11, 12 pips here to make it valuable. Why was 15-minute entry not an option? Closed at 500. Remember, that was our major watch zone, was 15. right? And this is not counted as a wick fill. Wick is not long enough and never broke the highs of the wicks. So this is why you just don't jump in, FOMO. Yeah, it looks like it's super valid, but you know, because of how clean this is. But remember, you have tons of space. If price is going to fill this whole zone, you're not worrying at all. $30-minute closer range would be nice to keep our buys and buy. Yeah, exactly. 30-minute close above is going to do that. Yeah, it's quite crucial to have a 30-minute close right now, to be honest. Like a 450 close would be nice. For the 50-minute setup through, you still want 5-minute? Yeah, I'm just going to see how the 30-minute closes and then make a little analysis of what I think is going to happen. Because if the 30-minute close is below, then it's not going to be valid no matter what I say, right? 500 won't be valid anymore because it will ruin everything. We would need a 15 closing bullish for something to make sense again. So that's why I'll just wait for the 30, see how the 30 close, and then make a analysis of what's gonna do. Why was 500 a watch zone? Just been a very tough zone, and it's a key level as well. Key level and tough zone. Both. How do you interpret market price? Would it be better not to trade with bid and ask price? No, I just look at when candles break the high, and then, so let's say I'm going to enter a trade, and if I was to enter breaking of this high, I would just watch that on my broker, and as soon as I see the high broken on my broker, I'm taking the trade irrespective of where bid and ask is, because I'll rely on my broker not having more than, you know, let's say 1.5 pip spread at that given time. Now, if you can't rely on your broker to have that, then obviously it's an issue. "30 seconds for this candle to close. Can we respect the range, or will we close back inside the range here, completing a fake out?" Looking more likely to close back in the range, of course. Damn, ranges are tiny, bro. That's like 8 pips. Not even 10 pips. Alright, price closed back inside the range here. Looks like it wants to keep consolidating. Now, the good thing is that we do have higher low structure. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Same on 15. Higher low, higher low, higher low. This could do the same. Close bullish, and we could take buys again, breaking above 500, or if we're feeling confident, we can just take it depending where this candle closes bullish. Because if this candle closes bullish somewhere like here, we could try to take buys to go and entertain to retest back towards the highs and potentially continue. If the candle closes somewhere bullish deep, somewhere like 94.78, we can use the 5-minute to get in above 500, which is the original plan. And my guys in the exclusive, you remember that's like part of that video, right? Remember how using the 5-minute? Like those are the two entry options right now. Then like the aggressive option will be just the 5 closing if this wants to just start pushing up now than just the 5 closing above. I tried entering gold early on that setup too, but managed the trade well and got out, kept rejecting, problem low volume. Yeah, classic London. When we usually see the volume die down, London, is it 1:30 after open? Around 1 hour after open, to be honest. 1 hour after open, we normally just see it not be too great. We call it reversal o'clock. 1 hour after open is reversal o'clock. Where you from, bro? I live in Dubai. I don't like all of this empty space here. I rather, since this is, remember, the 50-minute close back inside the range, this could just be a top wick. Top wick can, imagine this the opposite way around, yeah? Imagine that today we're fully bearish bias. We're only looking for sells. This would just be us waiting for a top wick. Right, so this could just retest up somewhere here and then flip and go down, which is why, again, we'd need something closing back above the range. Why are you not living in the UK? I like Dubai. Do you celebrate Easter in terms of have traditions on Easter Day? Not really, to be honest, if I'm honest, no. Normally on Easter, I like to take like a day off and totally relax for a day or so. This Easter, my plan was, because the last time I took a day off was in Christmas, took like a couple of days off, but was working on a hella load of projects going into the new year. I was gonna take like a good 2 days off and like not even look at the charts. But I had to deal with a few things that came up last minute. But normally I just take time off then. And that's good, you know, you should take time off from the markets. I think it's healthy. I think as a beginner trader or even as an advanced trader, you should be taking at least 1 day to 2 days off per month on a trading day from the charts. Not on weekends. Weekend doesn't count. Weekend doesn't count because weekend you have no pressure to look at the markets. I challenge all of you to choose a day this month and take it off during a trading day and not look at the market once. Not once. Friends, I need to hop off. See you in the next days. Cheers, Didier. Take care. Healthy time. Yeah, it's good you can do that. Many can't. How's gym going? Yeah, I love the gym. Part of my routine and lifestyle. Today I'm taking off, doesn't count, man. You looked at the charts. You're on stream, you've looked at the charts. You take it tomorrow then. Take it tomorrow and don't look at the charts whatsoever. I'll take that day off and miss a profit. Exactly. That's the exact reason you take that day off, because that's your mindset. You have FOMO of missing profits. There's moves every single time. Why don't you say that you missed this? Why don't you say that in Asian session you missed this because you were sleeping? You don't say that when you're sleeping, right? There's gonna be moves in the market doesn't mean that you missed it. Right? Always there's going to be moves in the market. Doesn't mean that you miss. Where's my drawings? Yo, where's my drawings? Okay, now they're back. I take a day off, I look at the charts, but I don't trade. I'd say just try not look at the charts whatsoever. Just try that. What prop firm do I use? I don't use a prop firm. Same time you're going off or extra hour? No, I'll keep the stream same amount of length. I think it's a healthy amount and allows me to have time for everything else. What's your risk to reward like? I mainly close 1-to-1 for myself. Is it better to close trades early or wait for them to hit TP because sometimes greed comes in the way? Well, you have to have relevant targets, right? I close at targets or ASP. Those are my only two closes. I don't just close and say, okay, I'm out. I just look at ASP, but ASP is the experience-based thing. One to 100 leverage or 1 to 500. You should never need to use 1 to 100 or 1 to 500. ASP, average session push. It's in the WOP content. You get approximately 4 to 5 opportunities in London session if you don't count the break-even trades. That's enough for you? Yes, it is. That's what I get, right? That's what we get. Last week was slow. We know that. This week, I'm hoping it's not going to be like that. Otherwise, I'm going to paint my wall and watch that dry because man seems to be like a top wick. Yeah, very well can be here. Very well can be. But remember, this could just be a deeper retest to later. Remember, we broke structure here. We do have a break of structure. 5 minute can just go retest some of this empty area here, end up closing back above this zone a little bit later, and then continuing bullish above 500, which was the plan originally. And we just have to sit here and wait for that, because that will be your trade, right? Especially if 4 hour closes like this in 1 hour, like not like this, but you know, if it closes back up there, looking a lot more better, you know. I'll wait for this close. Depending on how this candle close here, I'll probably just call the stream, and then we will just wait for the next options. Or it's a damn chop fest knowing GJ. Yeah, it's just, you know, this is something that I need you guys to realize. We're at a period of time on this pair where it's not been like how it was for me trading the past 2 years. Past 2 years was clear trend, clear momentum, clear area to go. We're at a pivot point now. We've reached pre-Brexit highs. It needs time to digest, but the opportunity that there will be once it picks its direction and we start to see it will be nuts. And if you slack this pair off and forget about it, it's like you need to, it's like sports. Have you guys ever watched sports? You know all the latest players, you know all the who's being transferred where, who's being bought where, who's the new hot shot, who's not playing so well, who's on form. That's the same as sticking to one pair. If you say, oh, GJ's in a transitional time, it's, you know, transitioning to different movement, I'm gonna leave it for something else, then you miss the whole move. Because now you don't understand why it's transitioning, when it's transitioning, where it's moving through, because it's like not watching sports for 6 months and having to catch up again. But the problem is, when we catch up, we need to be paid. Do you know who Donvo is? Yes, I do know who he is. I don't know him personally, but I do know who he is. Finding entries for that generational trade is going to be crazy. Yeah, I'm more interested in finding more than one entry, you know? Like just profiting off it. Like GJ's been so generous to me over the last, 2 years, which I've had with it. Obviously, in the beginning, it was disgusting. I lost, good money on GJ. But once you understand it and you understand how to trade, I think it would have been the same either way. Maybe during this transitional time, I can look to add another pair. But 1 week worth of choppy price action is not going to do much. Those who have been in the private group for longer or watching the streams are going to sit here and say, oh, doesn't that sound familiar? I remember Harry saying that. And then yet again, we land ourselves here, still profitable, still making money. So again, 1 week is not going to force me to change. Remember, we were going through that during the intervention time. It lasted for 2 weeks and then we were back to normal. And you can see the results of what happened after interventions. Right? We just continued our profitability. I mean, since the end of January, we've only taken 2 losses. Like, that's massive, man. I'm super grateful for that. That's huge. 2 losses since the end of January. It's nuts. Like, I'm not sweating at all. That's why I'm not sweating at all, because I've not given back. If I was trading high frequency, giving back a lot of profits, making profits, then I'm worried because, I'm not making. But remember, my style is more about long term. Is your journal available for the public? Yes. Right? Just do !journal in chat. And you guys can have it. Anyways, price closed back in the range. Nothing really happened. It's not over. We just need to wait patiently. And what we need price basically closing above 500. Once price goes above 500, we'll basically have a break and retest, and we should be off to the races. That should also end up the 30-minute closing bullish as well, and the 4-hour closing bullish. So I think once we close above that, we can look to retrace some of this move, retest at least 566 and potentially higher, maybe all the way as high as 800s here, and then reanalyze by New York. So that's the plan. If it chops in this range, it's out of the question. We will come back by New York. Just leave that BS, Yeah, we'll just leave that BS essentially. We'll leave that BS inside of the range until something closes at least bullish. Setup 2 here could work actually. It could work with a bigger stop loss. Leave it for the rest of the day. I might entertain that. Something like this. 18 pip stop. Leave it, That's also possible. But that will take a time to set up here. So yeah, you just have to wait it out. Wait for some price action and then take the trades. And that's the name of the game. Hopefully we can get some more action on stream. because you guys love to see that, and the education's good. And also I get to finish trading in the beginning of my day, which is what I love. Love to finish trading early on in the day. So yeah. Anyways, guys, appreciate everyone showing up. Thank you for adjusting to the times, even though I shouldn't be thanking you because it's not my problem. But yeah, just make sure show up same time tomorrow. We're back on early due to daylight saving time shift. I'll put a post on Instagram. And yeah, with that being said, take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace. Have a good day all. Make this money on GJ if it gives you the setup, huh? Don't lack. Anyways, take care all and peace.